Welcome back, folks, to the Print Files at PacPrint. We're streaming live from the PacPrint exhibition floor, and today I'm joined by Richard Rasmussen, who's Director of Ascent Partners. Richard, welcome back to the Print Files.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Now, this is the first time we've actually chatted live. We recorded an interview discussion between yourself and Wayne way back in September, and you gave us lots of really good insights into things to think about when buying or selling. Buying another company or looking to sell your own print company. Fair bit's happened since then. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's been about 8 to 10 months. And
yeah, look, things have changed a little bit since then, I think. I'm finding now that I'm getting a lot more inquiries. And that's both from the buy and the sell side. In the last month or two, I've had 3 or 4 new business listings, which is good, and I'm having more inquiries, but it sort of differs from segment to segment. Most of that is in the general commercial area, in the general commercial offset area, but I've also had some inquiries from online printers and some label printers as well. So, the level of inquiries good. So I think the industry consolidation is alive and well.
And do you know what might be driving that? Is it some people thinking it's time to retire from a family business? Is it
there's a number of reasons for it. I think it depends, again, as I was saying, on the segment that you're in. Some people have found if they're in the general commercial sort of offset digital area, that the sales have come back a little bit post-COVID. But they haven't really come back to the volumes that they thought they might, or they hoped they might have come back to. So because those sales are still fairly depressed, they've decided that maybe this might be the right time to sell. But then on the other side, there are firms that are doing very well, mainly in the packaging area, we're sort of getting inquiries from them. I've got an online printer on the business, on the market at the moment that's had 30% growth in the last 2 years.
Okay.
So that's a good sign, but it differs from segment to segment.
As you mentioned. So back in September, you were saying about the fundamentals and making sure that if you're wanting to sell, that you're sorting a lot of things out and aligning with your contracts and things like that. And if you're buying, what to look for. I guess those fundamentals haven't really changed no matter what.
No, not really. I'm still valuing businesses the same way that I valued them back then. What affects the values is really what the trends within the business. So, for example, if the sales are starting to come back, then that's going to increase the value, obviously. Some people like in the wide format area, which are in the event industry. Shows like this are great, obviously, so that you would think that that's going to come back. In the general commercial area, maybe not so much. Okay. But, the fundamentals are basically the same, but what's in demand, I guess, is the goodwill, if you like, for client bases for people, again, depending on the segment you're in, where people might have had a fall off in sales thereafter to top up those sales with an acquisition.
Okay. Now, you've mentioned just earlier about some of the segments that are people are looking to sell from.
Yep.
Are you able to say if there's any particular segments where people are looking to buy in? Have you had many approaches looking for companies in specific areas?
Yeah. Just as I was saying before, I think with regard to people who have had a drop-off in sales, getting a lot of inquiry from those people after mainly the goodwill, as I was saying. And so that's more because if they've had a fall-off of maybe 5 to 10% off their business or more, that they're after to be able to fill that capacity that they've still got.
Right.
And so, really, I have no problem in being able to sell client bases, if you like. The plants and equipment side of it is probably not as much in demand in those segments, mainly because it's usually a trade buyer, and the trade buyer has usually got their own gear.
Yeah, see, I've been looking at it when we were talking about people who are up for sale because they wanted to get out because things were dropping. But as you correctly pointed out there, it's also people wanting to amalgamate, to buy and
Yeah.
grow to get back up and running.
Yeah, no,
So
look,
that's great.
There's quite a lot of people on my books that have actually engaged, have either engaged me or are talking to me about actually trying to acquire businesses.
Okay.
So even if a business isn't doing all that well at the moment, the client base is still in demand, mainly because what the buyers are looking at is more about the sales and the gross profit of the business as opposed to the net profit of the business.
Gotcha. So something to look at. We're all very aware of cost of living going up, interest rates going up. Do you see that? What kind of impact do you see those trends upward having on industry buyers, sellers, things like that?
I think it's pretty much fairly early days, if you like, in that. I mean, we've only just had the rate rises, and I'm not seeing an impact so far. But down the track, who's to say in another 6 months after we've had another 3 or 4 of them, what the situation might be, and how that's going to affect the printers and the volumes that they put through their plant.
Plus also the access to capital to be able to purchase.
Well, there's that side of it as well. So, they've obviously, the borrowing costs are going up. The banks are pretty tough at the moment. They're not lending a lot of money to unsecured buyers, if you like. That's changing a bit, and I think that will probably continue to sort of evolve, if you like, as the interest rates, as they're purporting, keep going up.
Yep. Well, Richard, it's been great to have you on. Before we let you go, is there anything else you'd like to talk to us about while we've got you here?
No, I guess probably a self-plug is that I'll be talking tomorrow morning here at PacPrint at the forums.
Excellent. On
pretty much exactly what we've been speaking about today, but also about how businesses are valued and what the market's like, et cetera, and just elaborating on a few things I've said today.
So our little sneak peek has warmed people up for what you'll be talking about tomorrow.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Well, Richard, thanks so much for coming on the show, and great to see you once again.
Okay, thanks, Grant.
Cool. Folks, you've been listening to the Print Files at PacPrint, streaming live from the PacPrint exhibition floor and sponsored by Ball & Doggett. We'll be back soon with another live interview, so stay tuned to this channel.